Hidden Figures of the American Revolution. Introduction. The American Revolution is often told through familiar names: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin. But behind the headlines and hero statues were countless others: spies, soldiers, freedmen, women, and Indigenous allies, whose stories rarely make it into textbooks. This is their story. This is the real revolution, told through the hidden figures who helped build a nation. 1. James Armistead Lafayette, the spy who outsmarted the British. Born into slavery in Virginia, James Armistead volunteered to serve the American cause. Posing as a runaway slave, he infiltrated British headquarters and became a double agent, feeding crucial intelligence back to the Marquis de Lafayette. His information was critical in trapping British General Cornwallis at Yorktown, helping secure America's final victory. For years, he remained enslaved, until Lafayette personally helped him win his freedom. James then adopted Lafayette's name in gratitude: James Armistead Lafayette. 2. Sybil Ludington, the teenage Paul Revere. You've heard of Paul Revere's midnight ride, but at just 16 years old, Sybil Ludington rode twice the distance through stormy weather to alert American forces of a British attack in New York. She rode 40 miles through the night, dodging bandits and redcoats, rallying the militia to arms. While Revere's story became legend, Sybil's courage was largely forgotten, though she showed equal bravery and resolve. 3. Deborah Sampson, the woman who fought as a man. In a time when women weren't allowed to fight, Deborah Sampson disguised herself as a man and enlisted in the Continental Army under the name Robert Shirtliff. She fought bravely for 17 months, was wounded, and even removed a musket ball from her own thigh to avoid discovery. Eventually her secret was discovered, but instead of punishment, she received an honorable discharge and later a military pension, one of the first American women to do so. 4. Salem Poor, a hero at Bunker Hill. Born enslaved in Massachusetts, Salem Poor purchased his own freedom and joined the Continental Army. At the Battle of Bunker Hill, he fought so valiantly that 14 officers signed a petition praising his bravery, calling him a hero, worthy of the highest regard. Despite his accomplishments, his name rarely appears in standard histories, but his courage helped lay the foundation for liberty. 5. Nancy Hart, the backwoods sharpshooter. Living on the Georgia frontier, Nancy Hart was fiercely loyal to the patriot cause. When British loyalists entered her home demanding food, she served them, then secretly took their weapons, held them at gunpoint, and helped capture or kill the men. Her bravery and marksmanship made her a local legend. One county in Georgia is even named after her, the only one named for a woman. 6. Thayendanegea, Joseph Brant, the Mohawk leader and diplomat. The Revolution wasn't just a white man's war. Joseph Brant, a Mohawk military leader and British ally, sought to protect Native American lands by allying with the Crown. Fluent in English and educated, Brant fought to preserve Indigenous sovereignty, led warriors into battle, and traveled to London to advocate for his people. Though viewed as an enemy by patriots, he was a skilled diplomat and strategist whose story complicates the traditional narrative of freedom. 7. Elizabeth Freeman, Mum Bet, the lawsuit that ended slavery in Massachusetts. While the war was being fought for liberty, Elizabeth Freeman, an enslaved woman in Massachusetts, took that idea seriously. In 1781, she sued for her freedom, arguing that the Massachusetts Constitution's declaration that all men are born free and equal applied to her. She won. Her case helped end slavery in Massachusetts, years before abolition came elsewhere. 8. Peter Salem, from enslaved to revolutionary hero. Born into slavery, Peter Salem earned his freedom by serving in the Continental Army. He fought at the Battle of Bunker Hill and is believed by some to have shot British Major Pitcairn, a key moment in the battle. He served for nearly 5 years, including at Saratoga and Stony Point, but like many black patriots, was later forgotten by history. 9. Prudence Wright, leader of a women's militia. When the men of Pepperell, Massachusetts left to fight, Prudence Cummings Wright and other women formed their own militia. Disguising themselves as men, they captured 2 British spies crossing the river with secret documents. Prudence's all-female unit is one of the few recorded female militias in American history. 10. Benjamin Banneker, the genius behind the nation's capital. Though not a soldier, Benjamin Banneker, a free black scientist and inventor, played a key role in the early republic. He helped survey the land for the construction of Washington, D.C., and published almanacs that were widely respected. Banneker challenged Thomas Jefferson directly on slavery, writing letters that demanded justice and equal rights, a rare and bold move for his time. Conclusion. These hidden figures of the American Revolution weren't just supporting players. They were warriors, spies, thinkers, and rebels who risked everything for freedom and justice. By remembering their names, we tell a fuller, truer story of America's birth, one built not just by the Founding Fathers, but by the forgotten heroes too.